Am I the asshole for not inviting my coworker, Alex, to my birthday party that was supposed to be a small gathering of close friends and family? So I, 36M, and here's what happened. My birthday is coming up in 2 weeks and I had decided on a small celebration with a few people from work and some close friends who I've known for years. We were going to get together at my place, have some drinks, and play some games. I was really looking forward to it and had spent hours planning the details. On Tuesday afternoon, I got home from work to find out that Alex had somehow found out about my party through our mutual friend, Rachel. Apparently, Rachel had sent a text to Alex saying something like, "Hey, so we're having a birthday party at my name's place on Saturday and it's going to be super low-key." I was surprised that Rachel would share this information with someone who wasn't even close to me, but I didn't think much of it at the time. The next day, Alex showed up at my office and asked if she could come to the party. I told her no, explaining that it was a small gathering and I had already finalized the guest list. But what really took the wind out of my sails was when she said something like, "Oh, I'm disappointed you didn't invite me. We're supposed to be friends." It felt like she was trying to guilt-trip me into letting her come. I tried to explain that it wasn't personal and that I had already sent out invitations to people who were closer to me, but Alex seemed pretty upset about it. Now, a few days later, I'm wondering if I overreacted by not inviting her in the first place. Was I mean-spirited for not including someone who claims to be my friend?
Am I the asshole for assuming my sister's overly long and self-centered wedding toast was about me? So I, 28F, and here's what happened. My big day finally arrived, and I was beaming with happiness as my fiancé, Alex, and I exchanged vows in front of our friends and family. As we were enjoying the reception, my sister, Emily, stood up to give a toast. At first, it seemed like she was going to follow the traditional script and talk about me and how amazing I am. But then she started rambling on about her own accomplishments, the fact that she got into law school on her second try, the amount of money she made from her part-time job while I was still in college, etc. I'm talking hours-long anecdotes about her various entrepreneurial ventures, her rags-to-riches story, and even some stories about how we used to fight when we were kids. It got to the point where I felt like I was being introduced at a high school awards ceremony instead of my wedding. The worst part? She kept referring to me as the lucky one, implying that it's because I'm somehow less capable than her, but actually just because she decided to marry someone who can support her. The most cringe-worthy moment came when she said something like, "I want to thank fiancé Alex for marrying the smartest, most talented woman he's ever met, and that's still a surprise to me." It felt like she was trying to make everyone think I'm some kind of super genius who just happened to snag a great guy. I mean, come on. We're 28 and married, not Nobel laureates. Needless to say, the room fell silent for a few seconds after her speech, and then everyone started awkwardly clapping. Alex was beaming with pride, but I could tell he had no idea what he'd just gotten himself into. Now, I know Emily's always been competitive, but this was taking it too far. Am I the asshole for feeling really hurt and disappointed by my sister's toast? Am I the asshole for not jumping into a drama-filled conversation between my friend Sarah and her coworkers when they asked me to? So I, 38F, and here's what happened. It started at lunch yesterday when Sarah texted me asking if I wanted to grab coffee with her after work. We were catching up about our weekends, and she casually mentioned that her coworker Rachel was being super mean to her about a project they're working on together. Rachel supposedly said that Sarah wasn't contributing enough to the team effort. Sarah seemed really upset by this and started venting to me about how unfair it is that Rachel is making fun of her. She then asked if I wanted to join her in talking to their shared manager, Alex, about it. Now, I know these two have a pretty tumultuous history, and I'm not surprised Sarah was upset. However, as we were walking out of the coffee shop, she started telling me all the juicy details about Rachel's supposed transgressions, like how Rachel supposedly took credit for an idea that Sarah came up with. Sarah then proceeded to ask if I would be willing to have a chat with Alex too, basically act as a middleman between her and Rachel. Now, I'm happy to help my friend out, but at this point, I was feeling a bit overwhelmed and didn't want to get sucked into their drama. So, I told Sarah that I wasn't comfortable getting involved in it all. But what really took the cake was when she started telling me that if I wasn't willing to help her, then maybe I should just leave the group altogether. She implied that my loyalty was with Rachel, and that if I couldn't stand up for her, then we weren't as close as I thought. That hurt, because that's not what our friendship is about. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for quitting my job at a stressful marketing firm to pursue my passion project and potentially take a pay cut? So I, 28F, and here's what happened. My name is Emily, and I've been working as a junior marketer at XYZ Corporation for about 3 years. The job has been sucking the life out of me, literally. My hours were long, my workload was overwhelming, and I felt like I was constantly stressed to meet deadlines. To make matters worse, our team's manager, Rachel, would often belittle my ideas and make me feel like a failure in front of my coworkers. I'd tried talking to HR about the issue, but they just kept pushing me to toughen up or find ways to manage my stress. It wasn't until I had a breakdown at work, sobbing in the bathroom because I couldn't take it anymore, that I realized I needed to get out. After some soul-searching and financial planning, I quit on a Friday afternoon. My parents were furious when they found out. My mom yelled at me for being irresponsible and my dad said I was making a huge mistake. They told me that I should have just sucked it up and stuck with the job. But here's the thing, since I quit, I've been feeling like myself again. I've started working on a passion project, a sustainable fashion line, and I'm actually enjoying it. It pays about 30% less than my old job, but I'd rather have a fulfilling life than a paycheck. My parents just don't get it, though. They keep asking me when I'll find real work or how I'll pay my bills on time. But they're not understanding the point. This is what makes me happy. Am I the asshole?